morning. So, the market was doing kind of something really weird yesterday. Really, probably the best day I've had spearfishing during this whole fiasco. That's what I was talking about. The dollar price is not indicative of the actual price. You actually have to go and look at the BTC price. What's happening is people are dumping all their altcoins and all their Ethereum, all that stuff for Bitcoin so they can get the double up, right? And actually, I mean, BCC is on the futures market and it's trading for like $400. So there's going to be a market. There's going to be people who are going to buy up the BCC. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if it's, some of these big Chinese companies that are just going to take the risk, buy it all up for dirt cheap and just see what happens if it, because I mean, think about it, man. Ethereum Classic stuck around. I mean, what the fuck? Why wouldn't something like this stick around? There's always, I've talked to people who support it. I've talked to people, they don't realize that it's a lot worse what they're doing. What they're doing is easier, but what they're doing is not a solution. No matter what, this is to hold all the world's transactions, no matter what, we need an off-chain solution like SegWit. That has to happen no matter what. You can't just keep increasing the block size. No matter what, you're going to need an off-scale solution. So it's just a misguidance out there. People are thinking, well, we need to solve the problem, not temporary solutions. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? You are doing a temporary solution. And what you're doing is actually making it less secure. And you're making it where it's going to take up more resources. And you're giving power more and more to the miners. The bigger those things get. It's so obvious. Like, humans want power, and that's what they're doing, but they're not really doing it in an elegant way. They're doing it in a, hey, fuck you type of manner because they don't care. They're the miners. They want more money. So they're doing what to make them more money. And the people who don't see that are people who, I don't know. I'm not going to comment. I'm just saying, like, that's what's happening. And it's basically them just saying, this is what we want to do. And, you can either get on your knees and open your mouth, or you can say, fuck you, because they're basically trying to do the dirty to us. Imagine that all the miners, that the Chinese miners, all of those motherfuckers would own it. They'd have all the power. They can do whatever they wanted. They could change the fucking name to Pink Bunny Coin. And there ain't a bitch ass thing anyone could do anything about it. And we're taking for granted what we have right now with Bitcoin, with all this bullshit, because Bitcoin, SegWit is not easy. People keep thinking that, oh, we want to keep it natural Bitcoin. It's like, you don't fucking understand. Bitcoin, what is natural Bitcoin? You don't know what the fuck Satoshi wanted. Like, I'm tired of this bullshit. Like, Bitcoin was obviously meant to have, it's like a fucking transformer. It's meant to have shit added to it so it can become Megatron. You understand? Megatron ain't just one little fucking piece. He's a bunch of pieces. And that's what we need. We're trying to get to the point where we're making Bitcoin accessible to everybody. We're getting the Lightning Network. Like, these are all things that are good. These are things that are improvement. These took a lot of time and a lot of effort. I don't know. I just think that people are that's what happens. Like, you make some money and then you kind of start taking shit for granted. You don't realize that, like, you made some money and now you want to squeeze out a few more bucks with the market crashing. Yet you don't realize that you're fucking with your lifeblood. You're fucking with shit bad. You're rocking the boat. It's all you're doing. It's like, hey, I'm above the water. And now you're testing shit by jumping and rocking. And, pretty soon that bitch could tip. And once it flips, you're done. Right? What the fuck are you going to do then? The birds are getting me. Oh, the birds. I won't stop feeding them, though. I don't care. Oh, birds. When I was in Costa Rica, it was crazy. Is there another window open? How many windows do I have in this bitch? Oh, that's close. See, they told you not to feed the birds in Costa Rica because it could be dangerous. basically, you don't want to feed anything in Costa Rica, or it'll come and eat you. So also some updates on the SEO. So MyBit, the cool thing about it is if it doesn't sell out, which it doesn't look like it's going to, there's actually going to be less coins. The coins are made as they're sold. So if they don't sell out, then those coins will never be made. So there's a maximum of 5 million supply. It could end up being like 2.5 million. I mean, that's so small. It's crazy. And I had asked a few questions about, like, when you want to buy into a contract, how do you get out? And are you renting your MyBits, or are you actually buying it? So the answer is you actually use your MyBits and you buy into the contracts, right? But you get MyBits as the passive income in return. Also, you get the option to sell out of your stake. And they say the goal is to have that very liquid. So you can do it at any time. Have people buying in and out of stakes all the time. And so basically, just how do these pop-ups keep popping up? Oh, there we go. That's why. So basically, 2.5 million supply. With the option that they're having where you can just get in and out of contracts with ease. So it's like, I want passive income today. I don't want passive income now. And it's just, I don't know. I think it's going to be fucking really good. And you're talking about something that's going to scale upwards as the technology, because it's not just solar panels. It's going to be any machine to machine economy, like anything that's generating passive income. It's going to come across as like one of the greatest steals of the century. It's going to be so amazing when this thing actually gets up and running. And another exciting thing, Vibe Hub, August 3rd. If you didn't see the interview, you can watch it. August 3rd, you're actually going to be able to use the platform in a beta form. So that's going to be fucking awesome. Man, there's so many things coming up. It's just really, really cool. Right now, I even got my eye on maybe a couple of coins that are circulating right now. What did I spearfish yesterday? I was getting, let's see, what was I getting? I got some ant shares. I definitely I got me some Neo. I ended up getting a little bit of EOS. It sucks. I got it at about $1.40. I missed it. It was $1.80, but $1.40 in relative terms. I got it for really cheap on BTC. So, actually, I bought Ether when Ether was super cheap. And then bought EOS with it. So it ended up being super cheap for me. And I spearfished some Zcash actually, because it was just so cheap. Basically, because these numbers aren't real. Like, I was looking at the BTC number and I was looking at the graph's history, and I was like, man, it has never been this cheap for BTC before. And what happens is Bitcoin, the cool thing about the whole crypto thing is it's kind of like connected by a string. So Bitcoin will launch up, and it's kind of like a delayed reaction, and the alts will follow. This is a weird situation, though. This is an unnatural situation because you have people actually selling alts to get Bitcoin because of the whole free Bitcoin thing August 1st, basically. So that's what's happening to the market. So, man, after August 1st, if there's any kind of fiasco, any kind of craziness, I honestly don't know. So I think that's why I don't like anybody who's promoting Bitcoin, who's not a scammer. The only people I hate are scammers. If you're not a scammer, you're like a solid person. It's hard for me to get annoyed because I love everyone. And if you're like a true person and you're not trying to fuck anyone over, you're not like a slime ball, it's really hard for me not to like you. And if you're promoting Bitcoin, you're talking about crypto, you're getting out there, I'm going to have much love for you. Because we're in a war right now. We need this crypto to go to the next level. We need as much people getting out there and talking as possible. So basically, we don't want to, we got to think of it sort of like a community, and we're all working together to raise awareness for this, because this is a lot more on the line. It's funny, somebody made Bitcoin, guys. It wasn't handed down by God, and now we're all implementing it as humans, something that another human made, right? That's what we do. Everything around us was made by humans. That's what you underestimate yourself. Life's on the wire right now. You can help. You can spread awareness. This is huge. This is big. This is the collapse of the fiat world. This is the collapse of the old reign of how you do things. I was paying a developer who lived in fucking India, but it was like a Chinese India controlled province, and it's so much easier for them to use Bitcoin. Because like I couldn't even sell them PayPal because by the time all the fees were taken out, they wouldn't get anything basically. It's so amazing what Bitcoin's really doing. It's bringing out the freedom because those people are suppressed. They have talents, they have skills, but you can't even pay the motherfuckers because by the time it gets to them, there's so much taxes taken out. And they already work for cheap. It's just, it's financially set to keep poor people down, poor countries down, no matter how talented you are. And Bitcoin breaks that. Cryptocurrencies break that. It frees us from this tyranny that we're on right now. You were born into it, so you don't realize it. It's kind of like realizing you don't realize when you're gaining weight because until your pants are tight because you see yourself every day. You're born into this tyranny and you see the tyranny every day, so you're not used to it. And you're only used to it, you only notice when the belt tightens, when you realize like, oh man, this is uncomfortable. Then that's only when you push back. When it's at your front door, that's when you push back. I'm just saying right now, is a very important. Fuck what buy. People keep at what to buy. Fuck what to buy. Do you understand we're at a war right now? Do you understand this BCC cash isn't a fucking game? You realize what the fuck's happening is not a game? That Bitcoin has left its nose open to get punched by somebody else, a government, something, someone, somewhere is taking advantage of this? You don't think that's happening right now? I mean, you don't think with all the major dumps and crashes we have that the Chinese government isn't picking up a lot of this cryptocurrency to hoard it for itself? Converting all the dollars they have into to crypto? Because they know it's the future. They're trying to come out with their own national currency. I mean, you don't understand. Like, do you want the governments to rule the world forever? Is that what you want? Do you want to work as a slave and not have a say-so in how anything happens and have your money taxed as high as it can go and work for pennies and not be able to have the freedom to send money across the world? Do you want someone else to have control over your money? The bank crashing? Having to be bailed out by who? By the taxpayers? The banks, right? Irresponsible. They crash. Who bails them out? We do? The taxpayers? It's just, I don't know. That's why I'm not going to live in the U.S. anymore. Like, I'm going to be living in one of these poorer countries and I'm going to be all in on crypto. And before I couldn't do that because I had trouble getting money back and forth. I had to jump through 2 or 3 different currencies and pay all kinds of taxes and fees. And now it's like, fuck all that. I don't need to do all that. So I just want to see more love and more, we're on the same team. Really just try to march and try to make a difference because people are too focused on the money aspect. When you're not focused on what it's for, the reason. I didn't get into fucking Bitcoin to make money. It's not what it's about. I love the idea of freedom. That's why I'm here. And the money just gravitates to those type of people. The money just falls in my lap because of that. I don't need to try to make money. I don't wake up with the money on my mind. That's not how it fucking works. It's not how you get wealthy. That's how you might get rich for a temporary time doing that bullshit, but you're not going to get wealthy that way. You have to have a why. You have to have a reason. And the reason right now is being threatened. And without the reason, we'd have none of this. This is all new. This could go away like that if we fuck around and let it. But if we keep pushing, just because the pressure's on, you don't crumble. You got to fucking push through. You got to push through. You got to get stronger. You got to get more resilient. Every time you get lashed, you got to clench a little harder. You got to have a little bit more force. You got to keep going. Keep going. There's so much exciting stuff in the future. And right now, the decentralized aspect of cryptocurrencies is at risk. Cryptocurrencies are the future. Right now is the path, the fork, if you will, to centralization or decentralization. Do we want to go and be the scared route and go the way and just give all the power back to the 1% for them to centralize and own the world? Or do we want to go decentralized and let, because I'm telling you, if Bitcoin falls, there's going to be a centralized version that picks it up. Because you know why? Because they're going to have all the money in the world behind them. And they can just punch through. Right now, Bitcoin All the money in the world can't compete with Bitcoin. It can't. It can't go create Bitcoin Cash and have everybody convert to them. You can't go out and create a super currency and be like, hey, I'm the US government. I made this super currency. Everyone buy it. Like, it's not going to happen. People don't want that. Bitcoin has something people you can't buy. And that's a passion, a reason, a belief. You can't buy a belief. You can't buy someone's ideals. Not if they're a real stand-up person. So we have something that's intangible here. And with Bitcoin comes all the other freedoms, with all the other coins, all the other amazing opportunities we have when it comes from everything from paying to converting to entertainment to socializing, decentralized, in the person's hands, peer-to-peer, like it should be. It's the old way. It's the old back in the day now. It's like when you used to have to barter face-to-face back in the day. That's what this is bringing, but to the digital realm. It's bringing that kind of barter system to the digital realm. The markets don't close on weekends because the system says so. This fucking shit runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a fucking week. That's because it's peer-to-peer. We don't have restrictions. We don't want your restrictions. We don't want your limits. We don't want you to tell us what we can and can't accomplish. Cheers. Peace.